already know just where I be, dog. I ain't being cocky, but Philly what I'm reppin'. Watch me check it like it's hockey. I ain't tryna get it twisted. If you get it, then you got me. If you with it, cool. If not, I'll treat you like a Tamagotchi. I'ma let you down point. Yeah, I never disappoint.
What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to the Seattle Attack franchise mode. Now remember, in last video we went through the off season. This time we didn't have to go through the expansion draft. We just had the entry level draft and the normal off season re-sign stage, and our team looks a little bit different this year. As you guys remember, we had kind of a big off season where we signed a couple of new faces. So here is the lineup going forward. Also in the last video I reminded you guys, or I guess told you guys, that there was going to be a battle for positions. So let's just start right off with our lineup. Our first line is going to stay the same with the addition of Kyle Turris, obviously biggest free agency signing for us at least. Pajot beat out Deneau in the center battle. Technically Tierney beat out Deneau as well, but I know what Deneau is going to do in the regular season, so kind of tough to move him all the way down to the fourth line. I don't think he really deserves that one. Kapanen outperformed Richie in the preseason. Dvorak put up good numbers, better than these other two left wings. Dzingel thrown in there as well. Kuhnhackl actually won the battle between him and DiGiuseppe, so he's up here and not him. He's down the AHL. And then the rest of the guys probably look familiar to you guys that have been watching. So, pretty straightforward. This is going to be our lineup going forward. It doesn't look that great. However, Dvorak was putting up numbers last year. Richie was putting up numbers last year. So I'm super excited to see what those two guys go through this year. With the addition of Kyle Turris, Spooner getting better, Williams back. Pretty confident in our forward group at least. Also on the back end, we had a massive battle. Now, we remember our top four of Brodin, Shattenkirk, Martinez, and Vatanen. Well, there was 4 guys up for the spot for our third line defense. And for that position was Derek Pouliot, Joel Edmondson, forgot his name for a second, Ville Pokka, and Colin Miller. However, the two right-handed people, Pokka and Miller, did not perform nearly as well as Edmondson and Pouliot did. Pouliot was right up there with Shattenkirk as far as points go in the preseason. So he definitely earned his spot. And then Edmondson, again, has more defensive play, not really points-wise, but he was good at plus-minus. I think he had a couple points. But, these two were the standouts as far as those position battle goes. As far as goaltenders this year, as you remember in the last one, we still got Korpisalo and Neuver. Now, in the last video, we also mentioned that if we were going to trade Neuver this year, then I was possibly going to look for some replacements. And I have, just in case, I have that prepared. But nobody is scratched up here, obviously. Quick look at the AHL team. I'm not going to go through it too quickly, but you guys can see DiGiuseppe's down there. A couple of draft picks are making their way into the lineup this year. On defense, there's Pokka. Actually, did we end up trading Miller? I don't remember. But, you guys can see it. Englund, Pokka, and the rest of the guys. Logren, the guy that we drafted in the first year. Yeah, he's making his way into the lineup in the AHL this year. So that's good to see. Goaltenders, we got Malcolm Subban. He's ready to come up to the NHL, but we don't have his spot for him. So he's just going to continue to be down here. Hopefully he can do well this year and maybe move him up closer to later in the year if no injuries come about, maybe next year, or it depends on, I guess, how Neuver does this year. But then we got a couple other younger guys in the lineup down there. So, quick look at the lineup there. Pretty straightforward. Couple of battles won by certain guys. Now, our AHL team and a few of the other teams in the NHL have already played a few games. We have not, right? So let's get right into it, the simulating. And we're just going to go a couple months here, see where it goes, and see what we can improve on. I changed up the strategies, which is something I actually didn't do in the last, in the first year. I actually lied about that when I forgot to do them. I was going to do them, but I forgot about them. So let's go from October, I think we're about 14th, to right around, do we want to go, let's see, October, November. Let's go to, like, December. Where's, like, a break? There's a game every single day. Let's go to right before the Christmas break. Actually, let's stop right before Christmas. December 3rd or 23rd. There we go. But like I said, we're planning on making some bigger trades if things just don't go our way this year. I don't want to blow up the team as soon as we get it, but if we're not performing, then something needs to change. But once again, it looks like our AHL team is absolutely dominating, and I don't understand why. Now, 7-1-1, obviously they got Subban down there, but their team's not, you know, just crazy to where it's like overpowered. I mean, there's a couple of good guys down there, but it still is. I mean, it's great to see, but I just don't understand why our team isn't doing well either. So let's scout out the, where am I? OHL forward 6 weeks. There we go. So not the greatest of starts for us. 3-7-2. You know, I'm going to stop it now because I don't want it to get too bad too early on. So I said stop. There we go. Like, what is going wrong with our team? Obviously, we don't have the best of teams. But, come on. I mean, we got to do something here. So let's go look at, that's not what I wanted to go to. I wanted to go look at the stats. Stats-wise, let's see what's happening here. So... okay, so our first line is not performing nearly as well as they need to be. Basically what I'm seeing immediately. See, there we go. That's why I didn't put Dano on the fourth line right there. So maybe that could be a line. I mean, that line's scoring a lot of goals. Is that power play? I mean, I guess our power play is doing pretty well. But Richie's up there. Who's not performing? I guess Dvorak? Kapanen's not really doing that well. Okay. So not really major change. A lot of people not playing good defensively. Let's go defense. Okay. So here's another problem. Our defense aren't really playing that well. Not Kapanen. The Shattenkirk is the only one putting up points. But everyone else is just negative. Okay, so we have a big problem here. So, okay. Well, our goaltenders aren't doing well either. Korpisello's struggling as well. I gotta admit, I don't really know what was happening with our team, but I changed up the strategies. I did something that I would probably never do, and I put our strategies the exact same as our AHL, basically. Because if you look at their record, obviously, they're doing something right, and we're not. So... hopefully that will fix it. Let's continue to simulate up to right before the Christmas break. And will that change things? It doesn't look like it. We lose 2 straight games after that. But you know what? Let's give them a few games, right, to learn the new systems. And we are just not doing well. I mean, if we get the first overall pick, I'll be more than happy with accepting Dahlin. But I just don't want to do that for the sake of the video, at least, or for the sake of the series. Obviously, we want to stay in the cup every year. You know, build that championship team. But if we get the first overall pick, we most likely get Dahlin. No, we already went past Dahlin, didn't we? I don't even remember. But this draft is going to be crazy if we don't do well. So my goal is to do something well this year because we need to do. Because after last year, we missed the playoffs. As you guys know, we missed the playoffs. And it was just a bad year. This year, you know, we made some improvements. And we still started off horrible. Now it starts to look like we're doing a little bit better. 8-2 against Ottawa. I mean that's pretty good. Our AHL team is I guess slowing down a little bit. But as for I guess the rest of the year, let's talk about that really quickly. For the rest of the year, I want to make sure our team is just growing, right? Even if we don't make the playoffs, even if we finish, you know, bottom of the league. I just want our team to grow because we have guys like Dvorak, we have guys like Spooner, we have guys like Pajot, Dano, and obviously guys like Korpisello and guys in our AHL team that we want to grow, right? We eventually want all those players to be top-of-the-line players for our team. So even if nothing else works, then hopefully we can just build our guys to be good players. So we started out, what, 3-10-2 or something like that. We ended up finishing, right now, 10-17-6. Now, Shattenkirk's still leading the way in points. As for the rest of our team, that's where I'm really curious of seeing. So, Richie, Turris, and Spooner, top of our list. Dvorak's up there with Kapanen and Pajot. I'm pretty sure that's our second line, if I'm not mistaken. Williams has kind of fallen off in a way. Dano, Dezingle, okay. So it looks like our fourth line isn't doing well. I mean, a bunch of young guys on that line just is not doing well. I mean, our defensive team needs to, like, do something here. Shattenkirk just dominating in points, but the plus minus just everywhere else is just, I don't get it. Goaltenders, this is where it's going to look bad. Yeah, Neuver actually kind of taken away as far as the starting role goes. He's doing, I guess, better than Korpisello. Can I send him down by any chance and bring up Subban? Let's go see if we can do that. Just give me a year of just a starting role. Bring up Subban. See if that will bring some fresh light into the NHL. So I might have figured out maybe an idea of what we could possibly do to turn our team around for at least this year. And it's not a fun one in the way that longevity goes. So what I did with the lineup as far as, you know, our team goes is basically just put them how they're performing. And that's it, basically it, right? Spooner, Turris, Ritchie. That was our top 3 forwards, you know, producing. Kapanen, Peugeot, Dvorak, Dzingel, Deneau, Williams, and then our 4th line of just those guys. So not really too much changing there. Defense, kind of the same thing. Just trying to swap around something here to figure out something that works, hopefully. And then we have our goaltenders, which both are struggling. However, Neuver is struggling a little bit less than Korpisello is. Unfortunately, we cannot send Korpisello down unless we'd have to go through waivers. So, you know, that's a big problem that we're dealing with right now. No one in the AHL is really performing super well to where they deserve to be called up. And overall, I just don't really know why our team is not performing. I mean, we have some good players. We have a good balanced lineup. We actually have a pretty solid defensive core along with a good tandem in net. So, for whatever reason, this team isn't working. Going forward, hopefully our team decides to turn around, because by the time we get to the trade deadline and we're not in the playoff push, then it means probably the Seattle Attack are going to be more of sellers than buyers. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I think this is a good spot to leave off. Our team is not doing well at all. I mean, we started to come around a little bit in, I guess, in December, that are overall significantly improved. And, you know, I just don't really know what to go from here. But anyway, guys, like I said, I'm going to wrap it up here. If you did enjoy, hit that like button down below if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time.
I want you forever, even when we're not together. Scars on my body so I can take you wherever. Like, I want you forever, even when we're not together. Scars on my body, I can look at you and never